G'day guys and welcome back to Aussie Gamer. Now on today's show I want to give you my top 5 things not to do in PUBG. Now this is going to be a video that's really awesome for those people who are new to PUBG on the Xbox One, mostly because this video is going to allow you to learn from my mistakes, because I can guarantee you that I've made all of these mistakes, and I think most players that are new to PUBG will have made these mistakes at some point in time. So let's get into it. Alright, so first up we need to talk about the map, because the map is one of those things that you do not want to ignore. It's there for a reason. The map on PUBG is absolutely huge, and it's very important that you know where you are for a few reasons. One of which is because the map is shrinking, or it always shrinks with that circle kind of storm-like thing that kind of just decreases in size, and it increases the intensity of each match. But there have been a few occasions, for example, where I've been caught either in a firefight or not paying attention for some reason, and that circle has shrunk around me, and it shrinks quite rapidly. And if you don't have a vehicle or you don't have any means to travel quickly, then you're going to be in trouble, and often you can't run quick enough to get back in that circle in time, and you'll end up dying. Or at the very least, it'll take a lot of energy and health out of you, and that's another recipe for disaster in PUBG. Alright, now this leads us on to the second thing that you definitely should not do in PUBG, and that's run in wide open spaces. You know, particularly those spaces that are either surrounded by houses or hills or areas that really leave you exposed in this game, because there are people who are quite skillful at shooting from long distances, and if they see you just running in a nice open field that is just easy pickings, someone will shoot you and you will die. And let's face it, if you're going to die in PUBG, you want to at least go down fighting, and if you can't even see where the bullets are coming from, that just sucks. Alright, so my next thing not to do, it's do not forget to reload. So with PUBG, unlike other first-person shooters, it does take a little bit longer to reload. Now on the Xbox One, you've got to hold down the X button. It doesn't just allow you to tap the X button and reload. You've kind of got to hold it down for a few seconds to go through that process of reloading. It's a little bit weird, a little bit janky, but it does get the job done. But you have to be aware of kind of how many bullets you've got in your clip, because when you do get into a firefight, it's often too late or too slow to go back and kind of reload. The other thing that you shouldn't do here in terms of reloading is making sure your secondary gun is also fully loaded. That way when you go into some of these firefights, you're fully ready, you're fully armed, all the bullets are in all the clips, and you're good to go. Alright, now the fourth thing that I don't want you guys to do is linger on loot. So we all love loot, we love collecting it, we love shooting somebody and then going over and seeing what they've got. But in this version of the game, the Xbox version of the game, because looting somebody or something is a little bit slower, it does leave you a lot more exposed than it does, say, on the PC version, because it's a little bit slower to go through everything and to transfer things. So you need to be aware of that. So if you're going to loot something, it is going to leave you a little bit vulnerable. So my recommendation here is that you get in, you get what you need, you get it quickly, and you get out. I mean, you've got to remember that this world is always shrinking, the time is always running out. You've kind of got to get to a position where you've got enough guns, you've got enough ammo, and you've just got to go and back yourself and hunt down those enemies. Now the final thing I do not want you to do in PUBG is play the game like pretty much any other first-person shooter you've probably experienced in the past, but specifically, do not play this game like COD. It is definitely not a Call of Duty style game. And I say that because I reflect on the way I play Call of Duty, and if I think about it, I just jump into a map and then, you know what, like a headless chicken, we're just running around at 1,000,000 miles an hour with the intention of just finding someone quickly and blasting the shit out of them. This is a game where you will need to be a whole lot more patient. If you think of it this way, you drop into a map with 100 other people and it can be probably 50, 60 kills sometimes where you don't even see a single other player. And you know, if you get yourself into a good position, you're fully loaded with weapons and ammunition and you're comfortable and you're well within that circle boundary, it's okay to camp a little bit and just wait for the action to come to you. And that's exactly what will happen if that circle shrinks around you, which is just part of the tactics of PUBG. So there you go guys, that's my top 5 things not to do in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So if you've liked this video, please remember to smash that like button for me. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And as always guys, get involved in the conversation via the comment section down below. Now I would love to know if you've got any tips for the rest of the community about things they shouldn't do in PUBG as well, because that's very important to get new players of this game up to speed as quickly as possible. Anyway guys, I'll see you all in the next video.